Oops, earthquake. Good morning, good morning. How are we doing? Who's up today for this? Back slaving over a hot stove. Today's paper, the large sheets of what we call takenaga paper. Huge big sheet. This is going to become 18 smaller prints. Like this paper's for Ishikawa-san. Here she is. Going to say hello this morning? It's the tea lady. Not the tea lady, but whatever.
Good morning.
This is your paper. Are you ready?
そう。ありがとうございます。
She put her order in. We have what we call the DOSA calendar page. And the printers put their order in for when they want to get started. And I think she actually wanted it today, but she put it on for Friday.
はいはいはいはいはいはいはい。いや、できてるかなと思っただけ。
そうですか。
前から言ってましたからね。
I'm sorry. Sometimes last week it was really early. I did them all really early. But then I went 1 week without doing the next batch. This is the beginning of the next
あ、
batch.
そうですか。
I would have done it yesterday except the video. I took 1 extra day to make the recent video. No tea?
皆さんに言った手前してない。
So. They're all saying Ohayo Ishikawa-san. They're spelling it right, Ohayo. They're studying their Japanese well. Also, before I forget, I'm going to put in some more Sawaki-san paper. We need to do some more testing. He's waiting for me. He's waiting for me. I need to send more sample prints, and I've got to send some proposal. And it's been so busy, I haven't done that. So just fun. I'm going to do some paper today. If you put 2 or 3 sheets inside.
そうだね、またね。
So each job, really, we should be putting
いつも試しばっかりやってるね。
I know, we're just gaining as much experience as we can. What's good, what's difficult. I really don't know, I'm sorry.
そうだよね。
But he's waiting for me now. I know if we don't send the next, next January, more Kozo is coming. So I know, we've got to get going. It's waiting for me to get pushing this forward. So it's just waiting for me. The paper project, the new paper maker. It's just sort of, it's not delayed, but it's just waiting for me to get more samples made and talk to the guy and go out and visit him again. It's been sleeping now for, I guess, about 6 months. And if I don't get going on it, we've told the fiber makers to get next year's fiber over here in January, and I still haven't got this year's fiber running through the pipeline yet. One day I'm going to spill this, keep watching. It'll take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. One day I'll spill this. 2 or 3 gallons of hot size all over the computer, right? We're waiting for that day. Something else I've got to do before we start this morning is a small sidetrack. I have to hang my laundry up. Just a second here. Just finished just before the stream started. See the live stream. Dave Bull hangs laundry. Sorry about this. I was hoping to get it finished before we started. But, bunch of stuff. This is what the internet's for, right? So you can watch somebody hang laundry on the other side of the world in real time. Up she goes. Shoop, 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 shoop. Done. Okay, sorry about that. Could you use carrageenan instead of gelatin? I have no idea. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, you know the drill. The paper is too big. A real sizing workshop would have a brush this big and a bucket this big, and we'd be able to size this in one pass. I don't have that skill. I have neither that skill nor the tools. So it's going to get cut in half. It's okay because this paper is going to be chopped into small pieces. As I told you, it's for this year's subscription print. I think it's the October print, and out of each sheet there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, doubled for 18. So 18 prints will come out of each sheet of this. And as you heard me chatting with her, we've got to get testing more of Salaki-san's paper, which I've been remiss on doing. So now how big is this? One cut the same size so we can stack them up together. 30. Just shy of 60, just over 60. Maybe it doesn't matter, just do it separately. What have we got? It's 100. 33, 33. I don't have a board that size, I can do it right on the table. Let's think about this. Windy day here today. It's almost like an autumn day. It's funny. It's still stinky hot. It's a stinky hot Tokyo summer still. But it's feeling breezy, which makes it feel a bit like autumn. It's really helping a lot with the heat. All right, let's get ready and get started. It's different sheet. The plastic is a different size piece. I haven't done it yet, but yes, I'll probably do it. I'll forget about it, and then I'll do it on the next stream, I'm sure. There's 3 or 4 of these panels at different shapes and sizes. And the one with a hole in it was the other size. So. Okay, just a minute here while the brush softens up. This is the only job on the DOSA calendar. You know, I was thinking about what else I can do, because this isn't going to take the full time of the stream today. But there's nothing else on the calendar. The girls are all set up for the next while. Look at this. Think about autumn. Any ideas for this year's gift print? We are looking around. We're poking around and thinking and browsing ukiyo-e.org. We are thinking about the gift print. We need a good, strong one again this year. It's not a matter of life or death, but we'd like to have a good, strong one. Any ideas? Toss them over. We're open to suggestions. How quickly did our newest great wave prints sell out? I'm not sure what to say. Cameron's the guy who runs that. You'll have to ask him. It's not a question of how quickly, because they're all sold. Each time a batch comes, they're already sold. He just has to get the answers from the waiting list. So how quickly did they sell doesn't really mean anything. What he does is he can't mail 50 people. He mails them like 10 people at a time, waits for the replies. Some people don't pick it up, so he goes on through the mailing list. So I don't know if I can answer that question. They also removed pop-out chat for stream replays. Okay, I think we're set to go. The mix of gelatin today. We've got 2 liters of size in here, which has been freshly made this morning. I soaked the glue overnight. Put it in before I went to bed so that it was soft this morning. Then this morning I fixed up the proper proportions, heated it up. It's at 50-55, somewhere around there. 55C. And the proportions today are, it's the summertime proportions. We have really soft paper, so we need more glue. So it's set for 60, what did I do? Yeah, 60 grams of glue per liter of water. It's a 2-liter batch, so it's 120 grams of glue. The other component of the mix, the alum component, little beads of alum, just goes in at 15% of that. So in this case, 9 grams per liter. So this was 18 grams of alum went into the mix. And this was boiled up, nearly boiled. We'd get the water to boiling, turn the heat off, throw the alum in, dissolve it, put it into the glue mix. Then as you saw a minute ago, I just topped up with a little bit we had left in the fridge. I think we're set to go. The glue mix is all at the right temperature. My brush is now soft. We don't have a whole lot of paper here. There's 12 sheets of this stuff, plus a few test sheets. Let's do this thing. A little bit more clearance here. Excuse me a sec. Every now and then it's a real thick sheet. The sheets are supposed to be pretty much the same thickness, and the guys are pretty good at it, rocking. But some of them turn out to be really much thicker than others, and it's difficult for the printers, and it's difficult for me. I can feel each one as I put it down, that's okay. I can load up the brush with a bit more liquid. But when the printers are printing, they don't feel each sheet before they do it. They get the block ready, put the pigment on, get set, then pull the paper off and lay it down. And it's at the moment they're pulling it off the stack when they realize that, ooh, this one's a little bit thicker, I should have put a bit more pigment on. It's real trouble for the printers. whatever, the paper makers are trying. They're not gods, they're just people. Every now and this one's a bit thinner. So for that previous sheet, maybe he rocked and dipped a few seconds too much, and this one's a bit less. Little marks for thickness for the printers. Remember, this is going to be chopped up. This particular sheet that you just saw me do, that thick one, there's going to be 9 prints. When I give this to her after sizing, she's going to take it up and chop it up and use it. So trying to keep track for the printer, trying to keep track of the thickness of each sheet is just crazy. I mean, I'm trying to over-exaggerate it. It's just, it's not. She'll work with it. The printer will work with it as you go through, but it's just a bit troublesome. You get to the thick sheets, with the thin ones. They should be a bit closer. Questions. Would you be interested in hearing what are some things you pay attention to paper? What's paper suitable for printmaking? What can I say? The kind of printmaking we do demands a certain kind of paper. I mean, this is why we're sizing it like this. The paper we make has to absorb colors. It has to be strong enough to take the rubbing. It has to have the right surface texture. I mean, just it's a specific kind of paper we're using. It's called Echizen Hoshoshi, Echizen Washi. And it's designed and made and structured and built for ukiyo-e printmaking. We would never consider using anything else in an ideal world. For people who are doing experiments, just try anything. Any kind of Japanese paper should work, basically, if that's all you've got access to. This glue seems a bit thick today. I don't know why. I wonder if I made a mistake with that. Surely I couldn't have done that. It's okay, it seems a bit thick. This question about Iwano Ichibe. I mean, it's the same. This is his paper. We're using his paper still. I don't know what to say. I can't really add anything more. I spent about 2 or 3 hours yesterday in the shop while people were watching, doing surgery on the latest batch of Great Wave prints that came back. Because we've been getting paper sent back to us, prints sent back to us. We just one last week. A guy got the Great Wave. There's too much bark in it. He complained and sent it back. He didn't complain angrily. He just said, I kind of hoped it would be better than this. The printing is fine, the carving is fine, but there was too much bark in it. So I said, whatever, give me your money back. He's going to send it back. He wants me to try and take out the bark and then send it back to him. I did that yesterday for 2 or 3 hours in the shop while people were watching. So, yeah, we're using Iwano-san's paper. No, it's not great. But again, without shooting at them, they are trying hard to do it. They just don't have the labor. There's too much demand for their stuff. The people upstream who prepare the fiber send it to them in a much dirtier, rougher condition than it used to be. It's not any one specific person's fault. It's just a general degradation. Someone's asking for me to change the settings. I don't believe I have control over this. I have control over what I send up. I'm sending at the moment 720. That's what I send to Twitch. I can't send different variations at the same time. I can send only, whatever I choose. I was sending 1080. It was an overload, so we've switched to 720. If I send 160, that's all anybody's going to get. So I'm sorry, I can't really do that. I can't select your options for you. I'm sorry. I think. Is there a better option when you're looking at a replay? If you look at yesterday's stream, can you select better options? I don't know. And the bottom level option is what you can do again is wait. All these streams are being uploaded to a YouTube channel by the fans on the fan page. And once it's up on YouTube, I'm sure you'll be able to select, 720, 480, 320, or whatever they are, the different options. But that's 2 weeks later. Okay, you know how this is going to work? There's the 6 sheets cut in half to make 12. I'm now going to flip it over and do the back side. Now, with this wide stuff, we're running out of room here. Yes, with the Matsushima print. Yesterday in the shop, a young man was asking about it too. Yeah, the Matsushima print. It's coming. I don't know when it'll be. It's not scheduled at the moment. It's just on the list of things that we know we have to do, but we don't have the printing power to schedule it. Our priority with the printers is the Ukiyo-e Heroes prints, of course, trying to keep them in stock all the time. And then our general catalog of prints. The Doi Hunger prints are among there. The problem is, among our printers right now, there's only two, Suga-san and Yamamoto-kun, who can do that level of the Matsushima print. The thing about being partnered, yeah. I mean, months and months and months ago, Twitch sent me the emails. You are now eligible for partner status. Please click here to activate your partners and subscriptions and collect money from your viewers. And I'm not going to click that damn thing. I'm going to collect money from my viewers. That's the last thing I want to do. Is, in fact, the funny thing about that, you know, just a couple of days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, there was a comment on the YouTube channel. Just before I uploaded the, I put up a new video, what, two nights ago. And just before I uploaded it, there was a comment came in from one of the previous videos. Well, first, more YouTube comments are 99.99%. I mean, literally 99%, over 99% positive. So it's rare that we get a negative YouTube comment. But this comment was negative. In fact, this is why I don't want a partnership with Twitch here. Let me find that comment that somebody YouTube sent. Hang on a sec. I saved it here because, where was it? A couple of days ago. Just a minute here. August 13th, August 14th. This is interesting. Hang on a sec. Oh, what did I do with it? Yesterday, today, tonight. Here it is. I'll just copy and paste it. It was a comment posted on the Ukiyo-e Heroes number 7 video. In fact, maybe what I should do, well, you can't watch the video here. This is the comment that was posted on the YouTube channel 2 days ago. And this is, I guess, what I'm trying to get at. I mean, I'm not too worried about one person's specific comment. Whatever he does, maybe doesn't know too much about us. But this is what I'm trying to avoid, you know? And I really didn't think our YouTube channel was like that. I don't run ads. I don't think we ask for money. We don't even do the thing about click the subscriber button. We don't do that stuff, you know. And yet, even with that, we still got people getting this impression like this. I don't think it's a bot. I don't know. What can I say? Does that look like a bot comment to you? I don't think so. If that's true, then they're getting pretty good. If that's the case, then you could copy paste some of that text, do a Google search for it, and see if the same text comes up somewhere else on the net. That'll show you if it's a bot or not. Or if it gets the same thing gets posted to more than one of the videos. It was just posted to one of them, so I don't think it was a bot comment. Who knows? I could be wrong. There's a video of the bark surgery available. I don't know, we did some of that on one of the Twitch streams, I think. I don't remember. I don't have a specific video about that. I don't know. I wouldn't really do that, I think, so I have to be careful. Iwano-san is a living national treasure, and for me to make a specific video totally aimed at insulting his work is not something I could really do here in Japan. Bit too much liquid on that corner there. Dave, be careful, be careful. This looks like robot work. One day robots will do this, but not yet. Questions. How long is the average viewer watch time? I don't know. I don't check that sort of thing. Is there a statistic in the back for that? I guess so. Okay, now we've done both sides of this. We've done top and bottom. Next step will be to hang it, but before we can hang it, we've got to let it sit for whatever, at least 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. Today's a warm day, it's not going to congeal too much. If it was winter, we're limited in how long we can let it sit. So here's what we're going to do. We cover this one and let it sit for, as I said, 15, 20, whatever. While that's sitting, got some more. This is test paper. This is from Sawaki-san. We've talked about his paper before. That's what this fiber up here is waiting for. This is going to go to Sawaki-san eventually, but I've been really late in getting more testing done, so I'm going to do another test batch today. Cameron-san, good morning, good morning, good morning. Careful with the cable, please. You can close it, but just don't smash it. Thank you. Cameron came up the stairs, didn't even spend the time to say hello to you, just headed for the printer's room where the air conditioner is on. He's got his priorities worked out. Now, I don't have boards with plastic big enough for these Sawaki-san sheets. I'm just going to do this right on the table. What's this? Footsteps. Suga-san, hello. Come and say hello. Cameron didn't even bother to say hello. Come and say hello. Here's Suga-san. Hi, hello. I took your paper out this morning.
とんでも今日は大丈夫です。
It's okay.
昨日はあれでした。
I forgot yesterday.
大
The
丈夫です。
ultimate mistake. I didn't take her paper out of the fridge. We talked about it. I fell asleep in the party room and didn't do this. It's all taken out today.
あれ、
So.
あ、こっちか。
What's up? そう、もうここにスペースないですから。はい。それから、すぐさん、ちょっと、冷凍庫の中に、ラベル、あゆみさんのラベルが下にあったんです。だから、どのパックに、あゆみさんのもの。それ、レイちゃんのもの、僕取ったんですが、レイという名前がないです。そう。これは、今、これは下にあった。
落ちてた。
そう、落ちたんです。だから、I don't know whose it is. I'm guessing. 今、厚さを、これはあゆみさんのものと思いますが、石川さんのもの OK、すぐさんのものの名前入ってますけど、もう一つは名前がなかった。レイとか、どこにもなかった。
なかった。
だから、I don't know which is Ray Chan's, which is あゆみさん。So I could have got it wrong.
どっちか、そうですね。
そう。The tape, when it freezes, the tape loses its tapiness,
Right.
so it just falls off. So the girls are trained, put it inside. So.
Yeah.
It's Ishikawa-san's paper. Hi. Huh?
Even she's here today. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's because the new girl, and she's actually a little bit peeved today. She put the DOSA calendar on. She wants her paper Friday because that's when she was scheduled to come.
Right.
The other day I wrote an email. There's a new girl coming for training. She's starting today. She went to the same university as you. Mishkala-san went ballistic, and she came here today to see her.
Yeah.
She says, "Where's my paper?"
You said
I have
Friday.
bad news. You said Friday. So she, well, I thought maybe you'd have it. Sorry, what can I say? So she
I
wasn't
did what
angry.
you had.
So there's no, she cannot. We could see her face. She wanted to be angry, but wasn't allowed to be angry.
Yeah, because she did exactly what she
Yeah.
asked for.
No, the last time I was days ahead. I think I was a week ahead last time
Yeah.
she did it. And unfortunately, this time I do them in batches, pull them ahead, then it goes the next batch, and she's the first one in the next batch. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And she's got tons of work to do. It's okay. There's no
Yeah.
problem at all. But she had hoped to be able to cut it up and moisten it today. So. Questions. What are you wiping down? I'm just cleaning the desk. You saw me. I did the last sizing. I usually do it on boards like this with plastic cover so that we can move it around. But Sawaki-san's paper is a bit too long. Actually, no, I can do this because we're not going to use the end piece anyway.
So it won't matter if it dips down a little bit.
Yeah, what should I do? I don't know. But if I do it just on the bare wood here, how am I going to flip it over? Is there room front to back? No. We need a bigger bench. Cameron, arrange a new building, please.
Okay, I'll make some calls.
Yeah, what should I do here? What should I do? It's just for testing anyway, So I think what I'll do is I'll just trim it down a bit, actually. Let me trim it down so it fits on that board.
I don't know if you need me this morning.
I don't know, no idea. I haven't been following the chat at all. See if something, There was some commentary about, I shared with them that comment that was posted to YouTube the other day about begging for money was too much. Because they're asking me, it turns out, to roll back the story, some people want to watch Twitch at different levels of what's the word? Resolution.
Yeah.
And we're streaming at 720. Somebody asked for 160. And I can't change mine to once, whatever.
yeah.
And it turns out people are giving the information at the background here. If we were a partner,
Yeah.
then the people who are watching have the option to select resolutions. But because we're not a partner at Twitch just said they don't have this.
Some people yesterday were saying they
I know
do have the
we've been
option,
through. If you
so-
scroll back, they've been through this, and
Interesting.
either it changed overnight, or somebody who they themselves are a subscriber to some other channel. I don't know how it works,
Interesting.
but the
Okay.
feedback that's come to me is Dave, become a partner, and your fans will have more options.
Okay.
So it's sort of in part of my resistance to that, I copied and pasted that comment from YouTube the other day.
Wow.
I don't like this channel because they're begging for money all the time. And somebody here, might have been Steve, I think, he said, that's a bot, don't sweat it.
Huh.
I'm not so sure that's a bot, but anyway, that's part of the conversation that's going back and forth here. Anyway, let me work. You
Yeah.
you look through it, maybe
Okay.
scroll back a bit or chat, whatever, or something, For new faces here, this is Cameron.
Yep.
He's one of our co-workers here. He does bookkeeping and subscriptions and a billion other
Emails.
things and whatever. Emails. I don't see emails anymore. What's email? I'm forgetting what email is. My life. I'm forgetting what email is.
Is a video of bark surgery available? Do you ever do any videos of
Well, we
it?
were
On
talking about
streams
bark
you've
surgery.
done it.
I think so. And as I said, but I have to be careful. I can't put up a video showing here's how we fix the living National Treasure Iwanuichi-based paper. I can't do that,
Yeah. You could maybe do it with Sawaki-san's paper, but
There is no bark in it.
it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. No, using this back on me, I haven't been pushing the paper project forward. So Sawaki-san's waiting for me. We got to get the bark going. We've contracted next year's coming in January. I got to get.
Oh,
this
more
going.
bark.
Of course, more.
I mean, not bark. No bark. Hit no bark. No bark. Sorry, it's just misspeaking.
So I've got to get this thing rolling. So
Yeah.
what I've been remiss in giving the printers more Sawaki-san paper to test. Because I've just been rolling along dosa. So I've got to get, every time I do dosa now for the next few weeks and months, I've
Include
got
a
to
few
do another
sheets.
batch and send it through. So that will give us a database of trial prints on Sawaki-san's paper. I've already got a bunch which seem to have sort of got lost in that move. I don't know where they are in their office.
Oh.
When Aoyama-san
They'll come back up.
the office,
but-
I don't know. So I've got to get a database of sample prints, get on the train, get over there, and get this moving soon.
Yeah. Look out.
And of course, take the camera with me. It would be fun for a video. We don't talk about Iwano-san, just talk about Sawaki-san.
Yeah.
It's okay. So it's a good chance for new videos. It's just waiting. And I got to do it like now before the autumn rush hits. The autumn rush.
Has there been a slowdown?
Oh, news. Has there been a slowdown? It's okay to talk about this. Yesterday in the shop, the biggest day we've had this year, period. There was one day last year when that Saudi Arabia guy came that we won't peak for a few years. But other than that, this was the biggest day in the shop.
Wow.
The kids, when they left at 5:30, we were missing it by a few hundred yen. And they were all like, oh! I said,
So
relax,
close.
there's a night shift just about to start. So yesterday was the biggest day in the shop, period. And I'm not talking about online, we're talking about just this. This.
Wow. Biggest day. $5 a piece. No. It does have a slightly different look to it.
It's got a totally different look and feel. It's beautiful. It's not the same. It's not the same paper.
Yeah, it's not the
We
same.
know it's not the same paper, but it is beautiful. We've actually got to print some of the. Actually, this is actually quite a big deal. Some of the musical prints that are in stock for sale now are on this paper. So we can no longer make the blank statement. All of our prints totally are made on Living National Treasure Illustrated paper. So it's a bit of a guerrilla slide in.
Yeah.
We're sliding into this bit.
Who printed those ones?
Ishikawa-san, okay. See, someone's asked about the Great Wave waiting list, and somebody asked before, they said, how long does it take to get each batch sold? And I can't, it doesn't, there's no such answer, because we just choose through the waiting list. But somebody looks like here.
So
are they
they
gonna
had
get
to
back
skip
home?
this time. So if
I don't
you
know.
go onto the Great Waves product page again, you can sign up and you'll be put back on the end of the list. So we'll
Again,
get to if you
or-
want to be on it again.
Is that the way we would do it, or would you?
Yeah, or I can manually move them over. You just gotta let me know your email address.
What do you mean?
But-
Does he have to start at the beginning again?
Well, it's not
I don't know.
super long.
What's the fairest way to do that? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. Anyway,
I
I'll
don't
keep
know,
it. Sorry.
So maybe the Matsushima will
Again, in the shop too. Yesterday, people asked me in the shop yesterday for the Matsushima print.
really.
Now, actually, Yamamoto-kun can do that, but he's scheduled right now. We gave him the test printing for that Hasui print, Funabori.
Oh, right, yeah.
But that's not the edition print; it's test printing. So we could do. He could do the test printing on Funabori, do the next batch of the waves, and then we could send him Matsushima,
Yeah.
because he could do that. Bang. So if that's what happens, then that means it would be end of September, third week of
Yeah, a few
September,
months.
fourth week of September. No, a few weeks, a month from now. It's the end of August now. He's on holiday in 1 week in Hokkaido. When he gets back, he's going to get a great wave. So
Sometimes
we
these
could.
Great Wave batches are really quick.
And
Sometimes,
sometimes
they
they're
take
not.
a
Yeah,
little bit of time.
so it depends what he's got going for that.
Yeah.
So, of course. So it might, it's funny, it might not be like forever and ever and ever. This might be actually,
Yeah. Rage Barrage. Any tools you need that are difficult to get in Japan that might be easy to find in the US? It's usually the opposite problem according to Kantar, and I think
Something-
that's true.
something I can't get here that I can only get in the US. I can't imagine.
Because
such
it's
a
all
thing. I'm
it's a
sorry.
Japanese
traditional.
traditional
Are
stuff.
they talking about for me or for other people who are trying to start printmaking? I don't know the question. So.
Yeah. Except for a bandsaw.
I got to get working on. In fact, I got to get working on that today because Naoya-san is coming back, and I have to get that up and running before he gets here.
Oh.
Because I do not want him to dig into this new box of stuff. So,
Ah.
and I think it's time to start networking. Just time to start phoning around. And this is Taito-ku. There's workshops everywhere.
Yeah.
With 25 million people in Tokyo, how many bandsaws per million people? Whatever, one. So there's 25 bandsaws somewhere here in Tokyo. This is Taito-ku, the workshop town. There is a bandsaw within,
Walking distance.
yeah, within walking distance, whatever, there is.
Yeah.
We've got to find it.
It's the papermaker you mentioned, Ichibei Iwano the Ninth. Looked it up, it says he's 85 years old. That's the
That's
one.
right. So
Yeah.
he himself isn't actually doing much himself. His son and his son's wife, and I'm not sure who else. They've got so much work. They're pulling in people from the village to help. So, but yes, that's the guy. That's the guy. And the interesting thing is, after he passes away, his son, whose name at the moment is Iwano Jun, will become Iwano Ichibei legally, and he will
The
be
10th.
Iwano Ichibei the 10th. It's funny, when your dad dies, you lose your name. And when my dad died, I didn't lose the name David and take his name.
Yeah.
Actually, I did, because my dad's name was Roy, and I am David Roy Bull. So that wouldn't be such of a bad thing. I could become Roy. I think I'll stick with David.
I think yes.
Okay, I have to size your name,
All right.
so you either step back a little bit or move something around. or-
Alright. Yeah.
Also, one more thing too. Today's Thursday, it's Lisa-san and Koizumi and Teiko-san. And Teiko-san will be the last one here. The other two will be first. So is the stairway door open or?
The stairway door is open.
Okay, so Koizumi-san knows what to do. Lisa doesn't, but anyway, at least she can get in without standing outside. Okay.
Yeah.
She won't know what to do or where to go, but that's the first test.
Yep. Seems like an old Japanese custom to change your name a lot.
So
Just
what you-
ask folks that.
Yeah, so. It was in the old days.
Not so much anymore.
No, not normal people. Now, there's the modern question, should women take their husband's name and stuff like that, but that's happening in many societies all over the place. So. Can you hold the edge of that down just there? And maybe, yeah. Just I'll get this one.
Okay.
If you just get, yeah. And as I get here, just jump out of the way.
In Japan, women when they marry are legally required to change their name.
I read a story the other day that said one of the two is legally required. to
Oh,
change
okay,
their
that's
name.
right. And traditionally, or
traditionally,
customarily,
customer
it's nearly
associations.
always the woman,
Okay, go.
but one is required to change the other.
But also, it's up for discussion. So it's in the air, change is in the air, the same as it is in many places around the world. Say it again, please, sir. We've also got to get that paper laid flat because this is unbearable to do this. We've got to crack it flat. We've got to find something.
Right now it's
It's
wrapped
in
in
the
the
tubes.
tubes,
So it
right?
was made, and then a few days after it was made, it was rolled up, and it's been rolled up for half a year. So we've got to crack it and lay it flat. So this is unbearable.
Do you know when part 2 to your video will be uploaded?
Oh, don't start this! Don't start! Is it you or is
No,
it them?
no, this is them. But then Kantar says,
Don't
oh
start!
no, it wasn't Kantar. Dead Steve says, the joke is it will be our Christmas present this year.
Jesus, I don't get any break from this. Give me a week's free time or something. The next video, it's you.
Yep.
It's you and Suga-san. So don't
Yeah.
give me any crap. It's him. When's the next video, Cameron?
We'll ask Suga-san. She's got a print. And then give me 6 months to edit, and then...
Christmas, right?
Yep.
Well, Kantar is carving stones. It's a whole different bag, different tools, different material. I did a couple. It's good fun. I got my first one upside down. It's still trouble. When I go to, when you go to the bank,
Yeah.
I give them the seal. It's got a little notch on the top,
Right.
and I got it wrong way around. I thought it was a thumb notch. It's a finger notch. Or no, I don't even know which around.
Yeah.
It's a finger notch, and I thought it was a thumb notch. So I carved my name upside down.
Oh no.
So when I'm doing it, I know what to do. But when I headed to the girl at the bank to do it, I have to warn her, by the way, it's upside down. She'll,
What?
what do you mean it's upside down? And I'm just,そうですね. Fuck off. It's been with me now for 35 years or
Yeah.
whatever since I did that. So. Well, Kantar, did you get it upside down or not? Shoo. Hit my thumb. Look at that. See the bare space? I hit my thumb.
Whoa.
Pop this up.
Yeah.
You didn't see that. No, my next video, that shouldn't all be that long actually. It needs another trip to Ome to take back the Okada stuff, Okada Yoshio pieces and props.
Right.
I've got to collect the Adachi-san props. But I know what the story is. I know it's there. I've got to do my little index cards. What do you call them? Prompt cards. Collect a bunch of stuff and just go and do it. I think the dam is broken. I've made my first video down there.
Yeah.
The hesitation dam is broken. I'm just going to do it. So the next one shouldn't be all that long. going well. His paper is easy to size, you know. It's just dead easy. Dead easy. It's so smooth. Dead easy. Ah, line on top. Ah, so you're talking about one of the square ones that presses down. Okay, okay. The Japanese name ones, they're rectangular. Now, ready for 2 or 3 kanji on top of each other. It's a rectangular piece. It looks here. This is too big. The stone I mentioned, it's a rectangular one. You carve 2 kanji or so at the top, and it goes down. And it's either there's a notch at the top, which is either for your finger or it's for your thumb. I can't remember which is. It must be a finger notch, right? It must be a finger notch, and you make the kanji. And I thought it was a thumb notch, and I carved it the other way around. So my seal is this type. It's rectangular, and it's upside down. I think Kantar is talking about one of the square ones, a square piece of stone with a carved line or something at the top of it, which goes bang. That's an artist stone. That's not the kind you would use in daily life here. That's something an artist would use, or a calligrapher. Iwano-san has one or 2 or 3 with his name carved, and that's the one you put onto your artwork when it's all done. So, well, there's Regents. It was there.
Just fell off.
It fell off some point. Yeah, so. We couldn't identify this morning. No, I haven't flipped right.
You're right.
I do. What am I doing? This goes on, and now I flip. Yo-sho.
Tape everywhere. Alright, I should probably go. I gotta finish my calculus homework. I've been procrastinating too long.
You? What do you
This person.
What
Oh,
do
you didn't know I'm in
What
high
don't
school.
you know? That's your job.
Good luck on calculus. I've seen calculus in years.
I never got that far. Sticky. Did I remember? I don't know if I've told you or not. The Canon camera, I've learned that it only does 29:59. Did I mention to you or not?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
good.
talked about that. That was
I got
so
bit by it. As long as I know now, we can plan it. But it wasn't a question of full card. It's a question of just the camera won't do that.
Should record more than a half hour at a time. I think you just asked that 2 minutes ago, Dead Steve. When's the next video?
Ban
When
him.
it's done.
Ban him.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
We should put an automatic ban. Any phrase looks for the phrase next YouTube video.
Yeah, next.
You should just automatically ban them. Anybody fast. I still don't know that last new video we put up. I really don't know. You know, I watched it again a little bit last night. I couldn't bear to watch the whole thing. Watch part of it. It's ow. The guy's out of control.
The guy is out of control.
The guy's out of control. If I was watching one of my videos, I'd say, look, this guy needs help. Call a doctor. You know, he's just out of control. I don't know. He's not evil or anything, but out of control. Mm-hmm.
Out of control how?
You can sort of see what happens. I start saying something, and I start trying to make a sentence, and I'm in control of it. Good evening, this is Woodblock Pintmaker David Baldwin, whatever it is I'm trying to say. But way before I get to the end of the sentence, there's no more control. The mouth is running by itself. The next sentence is already half coming out on top of the first sentence. It's something like this. Probably a name for this. You know, when you're thinking faster than, you know, for certain with writing, I can think faster when I'm writing, so my handwriting becomes a scribble.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. There's people who can pace it. You can pace your thinking. Dear sir, I am writing to you today. So your thinking pace ends up matching the pace of the physical production. Yeah. Now, I can't do that with writing because I never practiced it or tried it. And watching that video, it's clear. Here's a guy who can't match the two parts of his behavior. we're supposed to be. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing quite well. I'm matching my thinking pace with what's coming out of my mouth. I'm doing because I'm trying. You can hear me. I'm holding on to this thing.
Yeah.
But put me in front of the camera and there's a story. And people are praising it. Oh, what a nice video. I'm thinking, oh my God, what a disastrous mess. You know, but they're both true, I guess. Everything's both true. It is interesting, but my God, get yourself under control. You know. Whatever, enough. Okay, backside now. The paper is moist already, so it needs less liquid. It doesn't need your help here, sir. It's okay.
Lurking in the background of the video.
The new girl's here today, and there's only 2 staff downstairs, so I'm gonna, you know, of course I'll be downstairs hanging around. And it's, I think, only one party. It's the first day in a long time.
Quiet day.
Well, we don't know what'll happen once people walk in the door, but
Right.
on the schedule, it's gonna be a quiet day, which is fine. Soka, I do need your help.
Okay.
I don't know, we're a little bit out of control on the Yoshida stock. We don't have, you know, the Toshi Yoshida prints. We have
Yes.
no idea what's in there and what's gone and what's not gone. Not only the
Okay.
ones on consignment, but the ones on inventory, both of them. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask them today to do an inventory of the Yoshida prints.
Okay.
But they have no master list to work with.
Okay, I've got that.
Do you? But how can they, on paper or?
It's in an email, but I can just print it out.
Okay. What happened last time I asked him, some 3 or 4 months ago, I asked him for this, and Shiba-san went to the list and wrote them all out by hand. And a really
In a
effective way to
notebook
spend
or
your
something?
time, you know, on a piece of paper, and give you the piece of paper.
Yeah.
So there's another option too, you know. What piece of paper's fine, but if the iPad down there, there's a
Yeah.
spreadsheet program
Yeah.
in it.
Mhm.
If you could,
Just make another one.
yeah, but how do we get the data into that thing? Because it doesn't read mail and stuff and all.
But I can access it from my own computer too. That same spreadsheet, because I typed it all up on the computer.
So you can
and then
make
shared
one on
it
your
to them.
computer and put it down there.
Mhm.
If you could do that, then please,
Okay.
you shoot it. I don't know. It might be in our catalog as a Numabe spreadsheet, which has 2 parts. That has
Yeah.
Yoshida.
失礼します。
Hi, come through.
失礼します
All the Numabe songs.
失礼します
I'd like it. I'd like it
あ、
in
そうだ、思い
return.
ました。これちょっと避けときます。
Yeah, no
こっち
problem, no problem.
はい
It's dirty. I'll be washing it once I'm finished here. So. And is there some way I'd like to do that more regularly, you know, because like I said, we don't have inventory control on those things.
We don't know when we're low on one.
So
Suddenly. Do we have any more of this one?
yes.
Prisoner says, no, we need more chaos.
In whose life are we talking about?
You can have as much as you want, but we're thinking this guy's chaos.
Actually, we were talking about banning, and everybody went awfully quiet all of a sudden.
Sorry, guys. Scare everyone.
Scared everyone quiet. Yeah, whatever. Dave's in a strange mood. Don't upset him or something, you know, whatever. I don't even know how to ban people on this thing.
Don't tell them that. No, they won't believe it. Empty threats.
Sugi-san, 今沢木さんの紙をちょっと準備して。沢木さん。沢木さん。
はいはい。
彼が今待ってるでしょ。
あ、そうなんだ。
だから今私最近忘れちゃったんですけど、もうちょっとwe need to make more samples ね。もうちょっと見よう。だからこれから次の仕事始まる前に、この紙ちょっと入れてください。
試しわかりました。
今回のヒロですね、入れた？
あ、
入
入れ
ってない、
てなかった。
入れてない。だけど次は僕のせいです。
ああ、そうかそうか。
これからもし私が忘れたら
ちょっとず
言ってください。
つ試しに入れてみる。
そう。1枚か2枚か。
はいはいはい。
小さい作品でも大きい作品でも。
いいでも。おお、はいはい。
Earthquake, I think it kicked. 足で。東京、
そんな細かい振動も？
いや、もうキャメでしょ。だけどキャメがグググググと向こうが地震、東京に大地震ですよ。It was a Suga earthquake.
地震や。
Suga quake.
やばい。暑いですね。
Cameron, what do you think?
It's
It's girls that do that,
Yeah.
not guys. Guys don't do that. Or guys that live with girls end up doing that.
大笑いですか。
違う、今質問ですが、キャメロンとデイビッドが笑うに始まると隠すんですか？もう女性でしょ？女性のよ
女性の方が隠すね。
そうそうそう。
女性は隠すよね。
今質問がデイビッドとキャメロンやるんですか？Did we do it? We were just laughing a moment ago. Did we cover up our mouths? I don't know.
I don't think so.
The evidence is there on the
隠すか
screen.
な。そんな隠さないな。時々隠すけど。
誰ですか？
あ
中華さ
と
んですか？
私も大人が隠すかな。女性が隠す？
まあ場所ですね。polite society.
そうそうそう。
You know, men don't do that, really. Even in polite society, can you imagine some guy doing this? I don't think so.
Unless he feels it's really inappropriate to be laughing at that situation.
Or talking
Like, my
to
boss
you.
just tripped, then you won't.
Yeah, whatever, I don't know. You sort of have to try and make up a situation where it fits.
Yeah.
You know, in general life, I don't think men do that. Which reminds me, did you see the newspaper story yesterday? These ward offices and city offices, because there's been so many heat stroke cases of people dying, they're trying to encourage men now to take up the habit of carrying parasols. Did you see this?
Yes, I did see about that.
So, and the justification they gave for it, the ward office said, we're not able to afford to plant trees all over the town, so we'd like to encourage men to take up the habit of using parasols. And that was their serious justification for it.
Yeah.
It's coming. There's male makeup places. There's
Yeah.
male, whatever, you name it. I don't know about lipstick and stuff, but there's male makeup now.
Just encourage people to drink more water.
Or, like, don't go out in the hot sun. Or
Yeah.
whatever. I've done both sides. Did I flip that? That's the back side.
Yes,
So
that's the
I am
back side. You
finished
just finished
brushing now. The brush goes in the hot water. This waits for a minute. This now gets covered. And I'm not quite ready to hang that other one. It's a bit too soon. So I'll be back and forth. Excuse me.
That's okay.
What time is it? It's 9:10. I'm just about ready. Got to wait about 5 minutes or so before I hang that paper. Do I still have a hanging place, or did Ayumi-san accompany? It's still there, Michelle. Okay.
Cool Hand Ukulele. It's an excellent new video on YouTube. We were just talking about it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I don't want to, whatever. It's whatever. I'm doing what I can do. That's all.
Yeah.
It's become not part of the act to try and say it's not good enough, we're going to make it better. It's not an act, but it's part of the thing that we do here. I don't know. Okay, hanging paper. Joe, I can tell you what, we're not quite ready for it, but by the time we get the camera stuff, should we do that usual thing? Should we
Okay,
try
over.
Yeah, do we have a landing place ready? For those of you who haven't seen this before, what happens next? The next part of the sizing process is hanging up the paper that we just sized. That happens in the next room. So we have to move our live stream setup here. And there's a bunch of cables connecting all these things together, and the camera itself has no battery inside it. So when Cameron's ready there, he and I will pick up the parts, we will move it in. And the main video screen here will go down because the main camera will go off. My small video in the corner here should stay alive. And if we can get through it without tripping over things, so that when we start, that's going to be unplugged. It'll just stay where it is. You're going to carry the tripod and that cable. We'll leave the Mac power cable right here because the Mac can run on power. Have you ever placed?
That extension cord in the wall with the camera.
Oh, you need it?
I think so.
Ah, because the somebody's gone. Okay.
Yeah, it's so short there.
I think we're ready to go. Let's try it. Oh, this is in the way maybe a little bit.
Here
Are we
goes
good to
the
go?
main camera.
Let's try this. Oh, just a minute. The internet. We've got to get this cable
Untangled.
untangled, and we're going to follow it.
Oh, it's stuck in the back.
Oh crap! Look at that. cable is what I need. Okay, let's give this a go. Main camera going down. Everything's going to try and get picked up and carried. Let's see if we can get away with this. No signal. Are we on? Let's go. So far so good. We've arrived in the next room. Microphone going up. Where's the camera on? Okay, hang on a sec. I believe it's coming back alive. It says no signal. Unsupported signal. It's up. Good. Okay, let me move the one camera out of the way here. That goes down in the corner, I think. Can you catch it high enough to get that stuff?
If we want empty wall or empty closet? Which one?
Let me get the paper so you can see where that's going to go. We're getting good at that.
Yeah. Do that.
That's where the paper's going to go. You've got a view of it.
Mm-hmm.
The microphone is right here. It should be okay. We're getting compliments.
All right. For what?
We've still got a problem with this light. If I put it down so it doesn't catch the light, I'm not in it. But it doesn't matter because I'm in the main video, you know. Whatever, let's just try and let's leave that. Or what I could do is I could turn this a bit more. You can come here, so we don't have the light. I'll just get busy with my work. I can just turn a bit way. If you're over here.
Just don't trip.
Okay, careful. Yeah, we can do that, Dishon. Okay. Move that around to wherever you want it. I'll just do my work here. The audio is right between the both of us.
Okay.
I think we're good to go. And this also isn't going to take too long because there's only 12 sheets of paper here.
Yeah.
And what we're doing, for those of you who haven't seen it, the paper stack I started face up, flipped it over, did it face down. So the stack as I came to it here is face down. I've now flipped over the top sheet. So this top sheet is face up, the second one is face down. So two top sheets, which I'm pulling off together now, two sheets together, are now back to back. They're back to back, so that if they do stick a little bit while they're drying, it's the back sides that stick and not the delicate front surface. And I don't have three hands, so I've got a little stick here, which allows me to
Push up.
I should let Ishikawa-san know she's live on global broadcast.
感謝して女の声が聞こえます。
Let's tell her, just so she knows. 石川さん、今ちょっとこの部屋からやってますから、今生放送中まだ。だけど、just so you know, it's okay. Thank you.
話しても大丈夫です。けど、みんな聞いています。
I knew we were in for that, you know. You can see her face. She's a little upset because we're asking her to be quiet. But if we didn't say anything, it's worse. What do you do? How do you win? Anyway, it's okay.
That no signal screen. So my VCR used to do that.
Pardon me? Yeah,
No
yeah, so. When I first saw that, I think, wow, that must be coming from the, it's coming from the major, from the video
Yeah, I
interface, I
think
guess.
so.
That's right. So they've put that old color tests
Yeah.
with 8 colors in it. That's really cool. The first time I saw that, it was a real throwback, a flashback.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's been 40 years since I've seen that. Yeah. So. peaceful work, you know, I'm getting used to this, you know, we're getting good at it. The sizing recently is really, really nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier in summer. I'm going to get too used to this. And once the cold weather comes and the stuff really wants to stick together, I'm going to struggle again for a while. But at the moment,
It's working.
it's working. It's really nice. The printers are happy.
Just do all the paper we own.
No, you can't do that because
I
the
know.
problem is there's too much glue in it for the winter printing. You know, so.
It's the milkmaid or the tea lady that you hear in the background. No, there's no tea lady here.
Well, Wisconsin was the tea lady.
Oh, she's the tea lady?
She's the tea lady. She's been the other day. She was making tea. I know. We were
Oh,
talking in
that's
contact
right.
about it.
Got it.
She made tea with her Taiwan tea, and she was showing the recipe and how she did it. And since then, I've been referring to her as the tea lady.
Got it. Okay, I thought maybe it was
No,
a
sorry.
reference to the normal, yes, not normal, but
No, I
the office stereotype in Japan.
no. So that's the joke.
Yeah.
So that's Ichikawa-san. So.
Okay.
And Kantar was interested because it turns out his hobby is a hobby or a job or something is tea.
Yeah.
And then right away he ordered the Ochanamizu print because Ochanamizu is
Tea water. Cool.
so,
Ocha-san instead of Oba-san.
what do the Japanese word? They don't have such a word for tea, do they?
I don't think
OL,
so.
just OL.
Oh, tea office lady. I think OL has fallen out of favor.
Because the girls won't stand for it anymore.
Yeah.
So what's the current term? Nothing, just generic. Hey,
You're an
Oi.
employee.
Oi.
Why?
I don't know. I've never been in that kind of environment. I don't know. Okay, let me go grab Sawaki-san's paper and we'll just hang it up. Hang on a sec.
There's a popular manga called OL. Was it about women in some white collar office?
Pardon me?
Kantar says there was a popular manga called OL. I wonder if it was just about.
Back then the day, you mean? Or it couldn't be recently, surely.
I don't know. He says there was, so it sounds like it's gone now.
Okay, we just have 3 more to hang up here and then we're done. So that we're almost at the end of our stream here today. What day is it today? Today is Thursday.
16th.
So what will tomorrow's stream be? It'll be back downstairs, I guess, at my carving bench. And there's still work to do on that black block for the octopus print. I've got to carve her hair. That's the next step. Carve the highlights in her hair, and then all the black dots on the image. And then her delicate hair, her facial hair. And then that'll take, I think it's going to take a couple of days of the stream. It wouldn't take a couple of days in real time, but it'll be a couple of stream days.
Right.
And then after that, I've got to get another piece of wood and we'll start on another one of the color blocks for the octopus. Maybe the octopus base tint or the octopus texture tint or something like that. And the next few streams, certainly tomorrow's stream, will be down at the carving bench again. Carving a black block for the octopus. So I don't have any sizing streams scheduled, although they come up sometimes unannounced. I get the email saying somebody has put something on the
This afternoon.
Well, they're pretty much trained about that now, right? I mean, even
Yeah.
Ichikawa-san, she was very nice about this. She did this one 2 weeks in advance, easily. And I'm a bit remiss in waiting till the last day to do it, so it's not quite fair to her. She's played the game with me, and I wasn't flexible enough to play the game with her, to give it to her one day early. So. I hear the ping pong, so it sounds like the shop people are getting down to it. Our day is going to get started. This thing is working exactly right. I don't think we'll have another record-setting day like we did yesterday. I can't ask for too many of those in a row. But it was fun. It's fun. You know, it's the sports thing. You know, the numbers just sort of become like score.
Yeah.
And you forget that these are real people who are collecting your real work, and it's a woodblock print going to live in somebody's house, and it just becomes part of our our scorecard. Wow,
Yeah.
we scored higher yesterday than we've ever scored before. I don't want to do that. We've talked about this before, just the other day, I think. Yeah. But anyway, it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the last sheet going up, the last pair. I really should have waited a bit longer because it hasn't quite settled out. It's okay. And we don't want this to dry too quickly. It won't anyway, actually.
Not in this.
I'm going to move the microphone here for a second, excuse me. We're going to seal this up a little bit because we don't want it to dry too fast. In winter, this is a real problem for us. It dries as I'm hanging it and it becomes really, what's the word, wavy and wrinkled. So we want to try and dry it as slowly as we can. And people are going to be passing through this room all day long today. So we just give it a bit of privacy and that should do it. They won't be ready by tonight, but for her tomorrow morning, it'll be ready. Cool. There we are, gang. That's it. That's it for our stream today.
Question about the octopus.
Question about the octopus.
Are you planning on printing the octopus yourself for
I'm-
some of the batches?
I am. I'm going to do the test printing myself, and I would really, really like to do, say, the first 50 or something. I'm not going to give myself a 200. I just
Huge
don't have-
edition.
No,
Yeah.
but when Sugi-san heard me say this the other day, she's just laughing. She put her hand up, politely laughing. I was a very good printer. I was a full, I've done stuff that she can't touch yet. But in the last 3 or 4 years, I've done almost no printing. I did a bunch of owls last year, but that's a little thing. So it's an interesting question. Am I actually good enough now to do a print like that, get that hair just right? Whatever. I'm booked to do the test printing. At that point, we'll say, let's, here, Sugi-san, here, or maybe...
Give you a chance to grow.
So
some
whatever. So we'll see. It would be really fun. I would really like to do the first 50. And I'm not sure what to do. We're not going to number these, but they will be embossed, right?
Yeah.
Design, Kachiko Hokusai, carving David Bowl, printing such and such.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to have a bunch of them carving, printing David Bowl. It would be nice to do that. We could charge half the price for those, or
I think you're going the other way. Double, triple at least.
you're not going to play that.
I
game.
know.
That's okay.
No.
Okay.
That's why I feel safe
Cameron
teasing about it.
sign us off.
Okay,
We're gonna get out of here.
we
See you
will.
tomorrow, gang.
See you
Downstairs
later.
at my carving bench. Thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot. Okay.